Hello, my name is Chris Walsh, and the title of my speech is Gun Control. America is now struggling with the act of gun control. Those disobeying these gun laws are causing those who are obeying the gun laws to lose their rights. I don't see this as fair to law-abiding citizens as myself. The Second Amendment is being rearranged because of these people, and I see this as an opportunity to persuade everyone to boycott against this act. Gun control is any law, policy, practice, and proposal designed to restrict or limit the possession, production, importation, shipment, sale, and or use of firearms. Gun control laws and policies vary in many different countries. There are countries that have strict limits on gun possession, but the United States is very lenient with their gun laws. Now that many horrific events have occurred, such as Sandy Hook, Colorado Massacre, and Virginia Tech, guns are being the target of all these events. We as Americans should be free, and I feel that we are slowly losing what is supposed to be our government to another form of government. I believe that even if a law is passed for gun control, it's still going to be broken like every other law. Here are my 3 reasons why gun control is a bad idea. 1, there will be a lot of pissed off rednecks. 2, criminals will still find a way to get these guns. And 3, they help protect us from any danger. Why blame guns when people are the real cause? As a gun owner and a Texan, I am going to defend my Second Amendment and persuade everyone to follow. I am going to give you 2 political reasons why it became such a big issue and why every American should own at least one gun. Now let's see 2 political views. Firearm controversy has been going on for many years, but recently it has been brought to everyone's attention this past year. Republican opinion. According to 2012 Republican.org, this is what Mitt Romney had to say about this act. Let me speak very directly and candidly about where I stand. I support the Second Amendment as one of the most basic and fundamental rights of every American. It's essential to our functioning as a free society, as are all the liberties enumerated in the Bill of Rights. To my understanding, on Mitt Romney's statement, it seems to be very clear that guns are an important part of our society. The first 10 amendments are what allows us to be free, so why change it? Now let's see what Obama had to say. According to 2012, this is what Obama had to say. I think it's important for us to recognize that we have a tradition of handgun ownership and gun ownership generally. And a lot of law-abiding citizens use this for hunting, sportsmanship, and protecting their families. We also have an act of violence on the streets that is a result of illegal handgun usage. And so I think there is nothing wrong with communities saying we are going to take those illegal guns off the street, and cracking down on various loopholes that exist in terms of background checks for children and the mentally ill. We can have reasonable, thoughtful gun control measures that I think respect the Second Amendment and people's traditions. Obama makes a great argument to why it's acceptable to have this law passed, but crimes will still be committed. The crime rate may decrease, but there will still be ways for criminals to possess these guns and other ways for them to commit these crimes. Both debates are great arguments to gun control crisis. Each politician has a great opinion of what should be done and are both passionate of what they believe in. Now you guys know my view, 2 political views. Now let's see why it became such a big issue. According to www.cnnnews.com, on December 14, 2012, Adam Lanza, 20, shot and fatally killed 20 children and 6 staff members. This tragedy raised eyebrows for many people. It is believed that he used a rifle and body armor. After this tragedy, it led Obama to a proposal for new legislation banning the sale, manufacture of different types of automatic firearms. This doesn't mean that he's going from house to house to take guns away from people that possess them. He felt like this law, for the safety of every American, that could be fatally harmed. In my argument, I feel that guns don't kill people. People kill people. People are the ones who pull the trigger. Guns can't fire by themselves. Who is to say a massacre couldn't be caused by a bomb or even deadly chemicals? After a horrific incident, it goes to show that every school needs an officer or someone with a gun to protect those who are in danger. Now that we know the tragedy of Sandy Hook, now let's see why each American should have a gun. Why should everyone have a gun? According to DoSomething.org, since 1950, every public mass shooting, with the exception of just one, in the U.S. has occurred in a place where civilians are banned from carrying firearms. This shows that people who are not allowed to carry firearms have no way to defend themselves, and people who do carry firearms will fire upon the innocent. Banning guns or even having background checks will not prevent crimes from happening. So the reason why Americans need to become owners of at least one firearm is because the world is a crazy place. And that saying goes, you're not going to win at bringing a knife to a gunfight. Guns do form a great deal of protection from burglars, street thugs, wild animals, and even an ex-girlfriend or boyfriend. No matter what law is put into action, someone's always going to break it. Putting a law on them isn't going to solve anything. Research has led me to see what opinions have been presented throughout this law passing process. I can now have some closure to what may happen to guns in the near future. I hope this speech has the same effect on you as it did me. Now that I have given you a better understanding of gun control, you know now why it is so important that we should be free as Americans to own a gun. Without this right, people will be more at risk and unable to defend themselves. Also, the banning of guns is not going to stop someone from accessing a gun. People are the cause of these deaths because they are the ones pulling the trigger. Guns can be very deadly, but overall they can serve a great purpose to our society and serve as a form of protection. By banning this amendment, they will be taking one of our basic rights and protection. So now it's your time to stand up and join in for keeping this act.